Ken, let's say we had to wipe everything out for you. Okay, no more real estate, no more 10,000 doors. You can still have all your connections, all of your mindset, your knowledge, your experience and expertise, but no money in the bank, no assets to rely on, and you've got 10 years. You're starting all over. Over the next 10 years, you can work, you can earn, you can save, and you can invest. But after 10 years, you can never work for money again. And whatever you've earned and built over this next 10 years has to support your lifestyle, your legacy, whatever you want that to be for the rest of your life and into future generations. Give me a playbook. What would you do over the next 10 years to ensure you were free and you had the legacy that you could leave to anyone you wanted to leave a legacy to financially?
Well, the first thing I think is success means something different for everyone. So what I think you got to define that. So I'll just break it down financially. So if let's just say that your financial goal today is 10,000 a month. Um, you have to start with some kind of a goal. That means that then you reverse engineer. So, but you have to start with a goal. So in my personal life and my business life, I have a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and 10 year goal, and I revisit it every year, every single year. So let's say your goal in 10 years is 10,000. That means that you need to buy 10 properties at $1,000 a month cash flow, or 20 properties at $500,000 of cash flow, whatever. Like, you just reverse engineer it. Okay, now you at least have a target, an end road, whatever that is. Now, the interesting thing is you're going to start, and then you're going to figure out how to do that. Okay, I need to buy one property at 1,000. Well, that's when everything starts to be a little more clear. So I would say for the first 1 to 3 years, the only thing you should be doing is trying to hit that goal. And my guess is that you will probably do that in the first 3 years. That would be my guess, based on my personal experience of mentoring and coaching enough people, that you're going to set a 10-year goal, and you're going to, if you're intentional, you're going to probably do it in the first 3. Now, you may or may not, but the point is, at least you're on your way. And then each year you're revisiting. And then during years, let's say 3 to about 7, you can figure out how to scale it, flywheel it, whatever you want to call it, whatever buzzwords you want to use. But that's when you start to build out your team, like Scott's doing now, right? Expand to new markets, things work locally. You start with that one toe in the water, and now you got both feet in the water, and now maybe you're up to your waist, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm gonna start swimming out to the deep end, and I'm gonna try for Orlando. I'm gonna try for Detroit. So that's what we did. So we went to other markets. We're in Las Vegas, we're in Houston, we're in Dallas, we're in San Antonio, we're in Fort Worth. Those are all things that we did next. And then then of course you got a zillion things that go wrong and right during that period of time, and that gives you time to figure that out. And then what happens is, by the way, at this point, I'm still not selling. I'm holding, and I'm letting the tenants pay everything off, and I'm benefiting from the tax. So now you're 7 years in, and then in 8, 9, and 10, now you start to harvest, and you start to harvest some cash, and you got to make sure that you don't have a lifestyle creep come in, because that's what kills a lot of people. And that's when you start to see multiple houses, or a jet, or these exotic cars, or whatever they might be, things that are, I would call them, unfocused. And so in 8, 9, and 10, that's when you start to take a look, and then you reposition assets. So let's say you bought 30, 40 properties. I guarantee you have a top 20 list and a bottom 20 list. And so what you do is you sell those bottom 20 back out into the market. You never get rid of the top 20. And then then you go for that second or third bite of the apple. That's what I would do.
That was such a beautiful playbook, man. I'm ready to go out and get I mean, I love the way you said with clarity it goes from 10 to 3. I mean, I think clarity is the key, right? The 1 year, the 3 year, or the 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, that's such a powerful, and then revisiting it every 90 days.